Hey guys, it's Melanie, and today I wanted to do just a quick review of the Milani powder foundation. So I picked this up at my local Fred Meyer. The color selection wasn't huge, and I had never seen the powder foundation at my particular store before, so I don't know if this is a new product or if they just sort of expanded the Milani section at my local Fred Meyer. Didn't say anything about it being new on the packaging here, which I kept for review purposes, so I'm not entirely sure. The color selection wasn't huge. I think there were 6 to choose from. I chose the lightest, which is number 01 Shell, and it's a pretty good match for me, except if I were to purchase this again, I would probably get it from the Milani website. There's a lot more colors to choose from on the website, and they have one that is a very light shade, but it's more of like a yellow undertone powder foundation. So anyway, this is what the packaging looks like. It's gold. I don't know, it reminds me very much of the packaging that a lot of the Physicians Formula products have. I mean, it's that same kind of bulky, like, just kind of unnecessary packaging. You get a nice sized mirror here. You also get a sponge on the bottom, and it does have the little holes underneath here so the sponge can breathe, I guess. You get a fair amount of powder. I'm trying to see here where on the packaging it tells you how much you get. Looks like 0.42 ounces or 12 grams of powder. So the reason that I wanted to try this is because, as most of you who watch my videos regularly know, I exclusively pretty much use powder foundation. On a daily basis, I will use my Sarah McNamara Miracle Skin Transformer, which is sort of like my primer essentially, and then I will go over top with either an Everyday Minerals mineral powder or something like the Laura Geller Balance and Brighten. I wanted to try this because this is actually a little bit more easily accessible to me. Fred Meyer is just kind of down the street from my house. The Laura Geller I have to go to an Ulta to purchase, and the closest Ulta to me is still kind of across town, and then the Everyday Minerals I do have to order online. So I wanted to try this because I had high hopes of it being a replacement for either of those two, or just something that can stand in like in between like Everyday Minerals orders or something like that. So let's just kind of start out by saying that this claims to be a velvety soft lightweight medium coverage powder foundation. I don't think it's a powder foundation. I wouldn't call it a foundation. The coverage on this is light, not even buildable to medium at best. I think light to maybe light medium coverage is what you're going to get from this. So if you are somebody who needs a lot of coverage from your powder foundation, I'm going to tell you that this is not going to be the powder foundation for you. It's not a bad product. In fact, I actually really do like it. And for days where I am just kind of bumming around the house or I don't need a lot of coverage, this is definitely a great option. But it does not provide the coverage that my Laura Geller Balance and Brighten provides. It does not provide the coverage that my Everyday Minerals powder foundation provides. So this is not a replacement to either of those two products, which is fine. But it's something that I can use in addition to either of those to provide a little bit more coverage. It certainly is a very nice feeling powder. It's very creamy. Now it does say that it's infused with aloe to soothe and moisturize. It's definitely a nice, soft, creamy feeling powder. So that's what it looks like there. It's just not a very pigmented powder. And it certainly blends into the skin very nicely. It doesn't accentuate any dry patches, but it really doesn't cover very well. So if you're looking for coverage, this is not going to be the product for you. However, I think that if you use liquid foundations, this would be an amazing setting powder. So, you know, just put on your liquid foundation, wait for that to sort of dry down, and then go over top. You'll get a little bit more coverage with this, but you'll overall get just like a smooth like veil of powder to your skin. If you normally use powder after your foundation, this is definitely one to seek out and to try. The color selection is decent. I mean, they have quite a range. If you're very fair, they have a couple of powders for the very fair. So there's definitely a few to choose from. I will link the Milani website below where you can find this on their website. However, if you're in the Pacific Northwest and your Fred Meyer carries Milani, you'll have at least 6 shades there to choose from. You might find something in store that will work for you. For me, the shell worked pretty well. I'm going to end up using this over top of either my Balance and Brighten or my Everyday Minerals, or on days where I'm not leaving the house at all, but I still want to like help with absorbing some extra oil, or just, you know, I like to look nice. I like to put on makeup even if I don't leave the house because it just makes me feel good, and I like playing with makeup. So those are probably the times and the ways in which I will end up utilizing this powder. So it's not going to get returned. I'm not going to like let it go to waste. I will continue to use it, and I'll probably actually repurchase it. It just wasn't the powder foundation that I was hoping it would be. It is not medium coverage. It is light to light medium coverage at best. Did I say that it was oil-free? So that's a bonus, especially for those of us with really oily skin. It does help to absorb some extra oil. It just feels great on the skin. I've just been using my Coastal Scents flat top buffer brush. I've had this for so long. I reviewed this very early on in my YouTube channel, and it's a brush that I rediscovered recently, and it just works beautifully with this powder because you just get like the perfect amount on there, and then you're just able to like buff it onto your skin, and it's a beautiful powder. It is not cakey. It's something that you can probably actually like throughout the day use to you know, mattify your skin, blot some of that excess oil first, obviously, and then just go through and add a little bit more. It's not cakey. It's just a really nice powder. It's just not a powder foundation. So anyway, it's not a total win, but it's absolutely not a fail. It's just a great drugstore powder option that is smooth and will provide a little tiny bit of extra coverage on top of a liquid foundation or another powder foundation. It's just not going to replace either of those two products for me. So anyway, the Milani powder foundation in the color Shell does get 2 thumbs up for me. Just not as an actual like product that provides a lot of coverage. So let me know if you guys have any questions down below. Oh, scent. I know somebody's going to ask me if it's like scented. It's not. It doesn't smell like anything. It just smells like powder. There's no perfumes or anything added to it. So anyway, good amount of product for the price. By the way, I paid $7.99 for this. So very reasonable. And I think it's $8.99 on the Milani website. So information will be down below on where to find it on the Milani website. It's not an affiliate link. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.